good midnight to you.
Hello, weirdos. You know what it is? It's the last Wednesday until Halloween. Hell freaking ween. So, got some Dempster's Halloweiners. If you go to their website, it tells you how to make this guy, but I don't care. They're buns that are just dark. So they're kind of like, remember when Burger King had the black buns? But this is only just added cocoa. So they're really just brown. They have a slight chocolate smell to them, but they don't taste like chocolate. Putting a bite out of a cheese-filled sausage with cheese on it. It's still too hot. Excuse me a second. Luckily, I keep Kleenexes around. So anyway, Halloween is in I don't know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Devil's Night is Saturday. And the 24th anniversary of the death of satanic cult leader Anton LaVey is on Friday. Next year, we're going to make a big deal out of that. The 25th anniversary of his death, I bet we could conjure him and bring him back. He was kind of a fake Satanist anyway. He was just really a money grabber. It was a way of people to get naked at his house and pretend to be a cult. Sammy Davis Jr. thought it was really funny, and so he would hang out with him a lot. But he wasn't a Satanist. His mama wouldn't have that. But still be funny if we bring him back from the dead next year for the 25th anniversary of his death. Feel for Uncle Anton there. His death anniversary is more important than his birth anniversary. So anyway, what I've been doing on my Instagram, I just made a post yesterday about the movies I was watching this past week. For this week, I'm going to do the riff tracks of Jacko tonight, but on Friday, either with friends or by myself or whoever. It doesn't matter if I'm stuck in a hole somewhere. I'll find a way. I'll be watching Hack-O-Lantern, my yearly tradition of watching that, because it's the devil's son. But during this last week, I was watching sequels that are quoted as technically not good, but I still really enjoy. Ones I posted was Hellraiser 3, because it's ridiculous. It takes place in a city at a club, and there's a guy who shoots CDs out at people. Pinhead himself has become like a slasher, which is why everyone thinks he is. But he was just sort of a mystical background character until 2 went huge. 2 is a huge film and amazing. 1 is just like a Tales from the Crypt Creeper story, and he happens to be a element to it, a sort of spirit guardian that's in it, on a negative sense, I guess. But it's really not about him. Then all those terrible sequels came out after that. 4 is not really that great. It's the time travel one. The one goes into space and the past at the same time, and is famous for the line, "Do I look like a man who cares what God thinks?" I think I was mentioning that in the last episode. But after 4, none of that was worth it. Everything else has been just not even feels even cheap to say made for TV. I mean, there was a lot of sequels after that. But 3 is the beginning of it being sold out, but it's still a huge film. There are professional actors in it. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but the main star of it was Jadzia Dax from Deep Space Nine and Becker. And she just can't seem to act for some reason in the movie. Everything she says is delivered really weird, which I don't know if that was supposed to be some sort of aesthetic, because it doesn't make sense if it is. It just feels like no one has the ability to act, and a lot of these people were and would become notable actors. The Deep Space Nine connection is weird because part 1 also, Frank from that was also in Deep Space Nine through most of it. Weird. Whatever the casting agency was connected. Anyway, it's ridiculous, but it's still fun, and it's not a good Hellraiser movie in any fucking way, but it's good to laugh at, and it's not boring. It really feels like that era of the early 90s, it should have been back to back with The Crow. Then my favorite Puppet Master movie I watched, which is Puppet Master 2. I'm not arguing in every possible way. Puppet Master 3 is the best one. It makes a whole world for it. It makes the reason why it stood the test of time. 4 and 5 are super weak, and then anything after that, though, is not worth it at all. 1 is a very great atmospheric spooky movie, but not as fun as part 2. 2 is a ridiculous, exploitive, gross, bloody slasher. It's super cheap on comparison to 1. It's not as smart as part 3 is in any possible way, but it's just a great Halloween flick because the puppets are still evil. And you get to see Torch for the first time, and he sets a kid on fire. harsh. What else did I watch on there? Friday Night 2. I love Friday Night 2. I don't think anyone really thinks it's really bad. They do think it's a lot cheesier, and it is down a step in budget from the first movie. It's nowhere near the class that the first movie is, but I love the great bigger cast of characters. As I mentioned on other episodes, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Halloween 3, ones that people don't seem to like, but they don't get it. Those who are in the world of geeky, weird B movies and horror, they fucking get it. Tons of Night of the Demons 3. It's not good. It's definitely not my favorite. 1 is one of the best movies of all fucking time. 2 is a bigger world version of it, but man, 3 is just a silly B movie. So it still brings its own thing into the game. Then there's a remake, which that I think doesn't count. Every one of these have sequels that just don't count. Like my fucking favorite, Pumpkinhead 2, for all the weird ass cheesy cameos in it. Definitely like amazingly cheaper and amazingly dumber than the first Pumpkinhead, which is like a sort of new age fable type of story in there. It's a creepy fairy tale in every way, and is slickly done, and the actors are pretty good in it. Lance Henriksen is probably on his A game in that one. But 2 is so silly. It's totally a slasher. All these weird cameos, like Bunky Brewster, so points. Linnea Quigley, super points. Gunnar Hansen, Kane Hodder, and Bill Clinton's brother as the mayor of the town, and the guy from Hellraiser 3, who's also from Deep Space Nine. He's the sheriff in that. And he's a good actor, but he's being super weird in that. I can't get enough of that film. Any other Pumpkinhead after that? Not fucking worth it. I've watched them all. I can't remember a fucking thing. I've tried more than once. I own, I think, all of them. Every so often I try and I'm just like, ugh. But I can watch 2, as dumb as it fucking is, any fucking time. Anyway, hope you're watching some hilarious B movies. Hope you're having some wacky times. Here's a photo. This is a photo that was sent to me by that gnomes guy. So maybe he's dead. Maybe it's the last we'll ever hear of him. Maybe the gnomes are coming to me. Maybe I'm going to get killed by gnomes on Halloween. That would be awesome. You haven't seen the last of me though, because on Devil's Night, which is my favorite fucking night, it's like adult. It's like Halloween, but with booze. I mean, Halloween can be with booze too. We probably will. But anyway, Devil's Night though, at 11 o'clock to midnight, we're going to do a countdown. I'm going to play lots of clips of things for the old farts, the old weirdos, of silly things from back in the day of when we were having fun, cutesy, kid-like Halloween, innocent Halloween, spooky. And then I'll play something after midnight, but I want you all to be there just before midnight so we can all just get up and dance and say happy Halloween, because the world fucking needs some celebrating right now. We do. It's been, it's not scary as it was last year. Sure, we're all still dying, but when we realized that was going to happen, but we're just sort of dull. And I don't mean like boring. I mean like worn out, dulled, We need to be sharper so we can stab things. So come online to twitch.com/Ride of the Movies at 11 o'clock. Join Twitch so you can chat with us. Otherwise, you don't have to join Twitch. You can just go to the page and you can watch, but you can't chat or make comments. We'll be doing a bunch of silly things. I'll be jumping in once in a while and saying hi, and we're going to be wacky and weird. Like I said, after midnight, I'll still play some more stuff if you guys are staying up with me, and we'll be having some silly fun. If you guys are out partying though, because in your part of the world, you're feeling safe about that, hey, awesome, great. I may make an appearance in something earlier on Devil's Night, but my brain's just not very good with that. Still, I'm trying. Which is why I plan that next month I have to do a real event. Back when I used to be an event organizer and do a real event and just invite people to physically come out to an event. I'm going to do it. I'm aiming for the 14th. It's a Sunday. So, everybody will leave early to go home to sleep, to get ready for work. And maybe hopefully then I'll have a job and maybe I'll have work. Anyway, happy Halloween, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around. Stay awesome, stay weird, stay spoopy. And we'll see you on Twitch on Saturday, the 30th, Devil's Night, for the countdown at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So at midnight Eastern Standard Time, we can all say happy Halloween. You bunch of Halloweiners.
You are here at the invitation of the young America mystic cult of horror.